G'day everyone, I'm the Red Scar and this is Red Scar Gaming. Today I'll be doing my summary of this particular draft. Overall I was very happy with how consistent it was, this deck I mean. I got, what was it, four wins, 3 losses obviously. But yeah, it seemed to work like more often than most decks do. But yeah, as normal I'll go through each card. Brave the Wilds. I don't think I got to use that at all, actually, so I suppose I don't really have an opinion of it, but I don't think it would have helped particularly well, though, yeah, maybe maybe even without the bargain it would have been of some use. Toadstool Admirer, I know it's not the most excuse me, I know it's not the most popular card, but yeah, I do like that it's gives you something to do with that extra 4 mana that you had. I don't think I had any situation where I had the 4 mana spare. I think I only played it once anyway. Ginger Brute, I got to play once. It's a good card that you can put in any deck. It's certainly not a game winner, but it has its moments. And that extra can't be blocked bit is a good way to spend 1 mana. Get that little bit of damage in. Witch's Vanity, I did play that a couple of times. I think though, I could be misremembering, but I think though the game was over before I got to get to turn 3 part. Law counter, there we go. Put the 3rd law counter on it. So actually no, there was once that I got to that stage, but look, for 2 mana, it's pretty damn good. The creation of the food token was certainly useful. Whether I got to use it as much as possible is perhaps a different question, but that's alright. Sweet Tooth Witch was good. The fact that I have 3 of them, though, maybe I should have dropped one. But yeah, look, it's consistent enough. I didn't actually use the sack of food, target player loses 2 life aspect of it, which, excuse the pun, which was a bit of a surprise to me. I thought that would be more of the win condition, but hey, I mean, I'm not complaining at all. Curse of the Werefox is always a good card to get, as far as I've seen. It's not always opportune best moment, but yeah, it's certainly a good card, and I'll be drafting that as often as possible. Hollow Scavenger was, I think I even played every game actually, but I mean I got 4 of them. The creation of the food token on turn 1 was certainly a good effect for me to have in this deck. I was very heavy on the food. I didn't use its sack of food get +2/+2 terribly often. Off the top of my head, I think it was maybe 4 times. Which, I mean, hey, it was the 4 that I needed, so I'm certainly not complaining about it. But yeah, it was good. It's a good ability to have, and yeah, it's just a generally good card overall. Red Tooth Genealogist, I think I only played it twice. It's good. I'm happy with that draft. In this particular deck, it seemed to work consistently enough that I'll gladly draft it again next time. I'm glad that I only have the 1, because any more would have been a waste. Greta, I only got, I think, once or twice, which I'm a little surprised actually, because I mean there's 2 copies of her, and it's essentially why I'm playing a food deck. She's certainly a very good card. I just didn't use her as often as I hoped, I suppose. But I suppose that at the worst that's bad luck, but that's part of the draft. That's part of any card game, really. Eret's Tempting Apple. I certainly got to use that well. In fact, off the top of my head, I think I even won 2 games by playing that apple. It's certainly a good card. it's I think only once I did the sack it, opponent loses 3 life bit. But yeah, look, it's certainly, at least in the situations I used it in, it's certainly a good card to be having. And the fact that it's 4 mana of any color is certainly good in a 3-color deck. Scream Puff, didn't get as much use of it as I'd hoped, because I think most of the time I played it, I basically chose to play it second to make sure that it could last a bit longer. At the time was the situation, but if memory serves, for whatever the reason was, it was destroyed before I really got to deal combat damage at all. In hindsight, maybe I shouldn't have relied on it as much, but it's still not a bad card. But yeah, maybe I just got a little less use out of it. Beanstalk Worm is always a good card as far as I'm concerned. I got to play Plant Beans, I think twice, maybe 3 times, which is a great aspect of that. And a few times I got to play it as just a creature. It's certainly good. Often even a game changer. I don't think I got to use the reach aspect of it too much this particular draft, but I mean it still worked. It's still a 5/4 creature. Ballooner's Gatekeeper. I didn't use it as much as perhaps I'd hoped. I think I got to play it once, and entry denied was maybe once, which makes me think, should I have taken the blue aspects of this deck? I don't think that it was a bad choice. I just off the top of my head, I can't really think of any times that I had both of those copies in my hand but no blue. I know that at least one game I did get a bit lucky that I drew an island, then Gatekeeper next turn, so that was excellent. Hamlet Glutton is it's a very big creature, and I think actually every time I played that, I did play it for the 5 mana, which at least at the time is a very good card to have. If you can play that turn 5, or if you can get away with turn 4 if you happen to have the right cards out, which I don't in this deck, but yeah, if you can play it turn 4, then that's an excellent card, and it basically ends the game almost right there and then. Yeah, so as far as the inclusion of blue, sort of back to that topic, maybe I shouldn't have gone with it, but when I look at my sideboard, I'll think about it a little more. Yeah, certainly Swamp and Forest is good. I don't think I even drew Crystal Grotto at all, did I? I don't think so. And yeah, Evolving Wilds is useful, if not your game winner. I'm glad I didn't go white, though I did think about it for a little bit, didn't I? And Besotted Knight is always a fun card to go. But yeah, Armory Mice in this deck at least wouldn't have been good. Plunge into Winter is, alright, but this deck seemed to be pretty wide in the creature department, so I didn't really need control. Shrouded Shepherd was one that I considered for a little while to go white-black. I suppose in hindsight, it may have just ended up being just a 2/2 most of the time, so at least in this particular situation, maybe it was good that I didn't play that. Stroke of Midnight in a similar sense. I didn't actually need the likes of Destroy Target Creature very often off the top of my head. Quick Study, probably a good thing that I didn't keep that. I did drop it at sort of the last minute of the building the deck. I I know it's a good card. Maybe if I did include it, I should have dropped one of the Sweet Tooth Witches, because as I said before, like it wasn't as good as I'd hoped. Vampiric Rites, yeah, I definitely, at least in that situation, wouldn't have sacrificed a creature to gain 1 life, draw a card. Fell Horseman, yeah, it's not the best card ever, and I'm pretty glad I dropped it. I think because I did play a lot of big creatures in the end of that. Twisted Sewer Witch was, yeah, look, not a great choice for that deck anyway, and I even admitted it at the time, so not terribly surprised to hear that. Kindled Heroism is yeah, certainly not the sort of card I want. Commune with Nature. Yeah, I'm glad I didn't pick that one either, because I don't think I really needed to. Territorial Witch Stalker. Maybe I could have had that instead of Brave the Wilds, maybe. But look, I'm clutching at straws there, to be honest. Titanic Growth is maybe the card I would have had if I didn't put the Gatekeeper in. Though I'm thinking maybe only that last game was the one I would have used that in, if I had it, of course. Tempest Heart, I'm still glad I didn't put that one in the main board, because like in hindsight, there is a few creatures there that I played that would have triggered its +1/+1 ability, but I don't think I would have got much use out of it. So yeah, I'm glad I didn't keep that in. But yeah, as I said before, I'm quite happy with how that deck went. It was very consistent, and and I'll do another draft shortly. Well, yeah, thanks for watching that one, and I'll see you next time.